Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy and I'm going to be doing my review for the new movie, The Fallout. This is a new movie that is, just premiered on HBO Max, so I thought I'd go ahead and watch and review it. It's one that I've kind of been hearing things about that and everything, and it sounded like an interesting movie, and, it stars Jenna Ortega, who I thought was amazing in, Scream 5, and she was also in, she was in some other movies that I've seen that I liked, like the second Babysitter movie, so I thought I'd give this movie a shot and everything, because I kind of like her too. And so this movie, she plays a girl named Veda, who is a survivor in a school shooting, and it totally just throws her life off track and everything. She kind of is having to deal with the survivor's guilt and stuff you would expect from a school shooting survivor, and everything, and it like shows how this experience has messed with her relationships and her friendships, and how it just totally changed her view on the world and everything. And that's all I'm really going to say about this movie. I don't want to spoil it too much because, like I said, it is a new movie. But that's like the main core story of it. But this is a really, really good movie. It is kind of a hard watch and stuff, and especially at the beginning of the movie when the school shooting is going on and stuff. That scene is just very intense, and it just, you feel so bad for these characters that are in this situation. And as the movie progresses and everything, it's just hard to watch, and everything. But it's sad too, like. And I think the performances in here are really great, especially Jenna Ortega. I think she was really great as Veda. I think she fit the role perfectly, and she just did a really great job. She gave a really great performance in here. She's very believable, and she's been great in everything I've seen her in. She was one of the highlights of Scream 5 for me, and she was really good in this movie too. I expected she'd probably be pretty good, and she really was. I know she's been in other stuff. The main other thing that I've really seen that she's in, she's a voice in one of the characters in the Jurassic World animated show. But I really liked her in this movie, and Maddie Ziegler plays Mia, and who's this friend of hers that she kind of this girl she kind of becomes friends with. She's really good in here, and all of the other supporting cast are really great. I didn't really recognize most of them, I know, except for Julie Bowen, who plays her mother, and John Orts, who plays her father. I recognize both of them. I just don't know what I've seen them in. And Shailene Woodley plays this therapist that Veda goes to see, and she's really pretty good in here too. She doesn't have a lot to do, but she's good in the scenes that she's in, and does a good job playing this counselor. And I think that this is a pretty good movie, and everything. If you have HBO Max, I definitely recommend watching it. It is kind of sad though, like I said, it's a hard watch at the beginning because it's kind of intense and stuff, and like, just from the beginning of the movie, you know something dreadful is about to happen, just the way it plays out at the beginning of it. There's a sense of dread and everything, and you know something's going to happen, and then when it all of a sudden does, it just kind of hits you, and it kind of gets scary there for a few minutes. But this is a good movie. I wouldn't say it's a fun movie by any means, because it's sad and stuff, but it's a good movie to watch though, and I really enjoyed it. I liked the perspective it took on Veda, and like how something like this just changed her life and everything, and like how she's having trouble accepting it and everything, and how the emotions she goes through. And like I said, it works really well, and it's a very well told story. The directing is really good in here. This is the very first movie that Megan Park directed. I think she did a really good job with it, and the score in here too is really good. It's done by Phineas O'Connell. It just has a really somber feel to it, but it fits the tone of the movie perfectly. And it's really, really good movie. I'm counting it as a 2022 movie because it did play at some festivals in 2021, but since it got its wide release in 2022, I count it as a 2022 movie and everything. But I think this is a really good movie. It's one of the better movies I've seen from this year, which so far all 3 movies I've seen that I've seen from this year have been really good. But this one is definitely worth checking out. I don't know, it's one that I'd want to say I'd want to rewatch very often, but it is pretty good. The only thing that I kind of didn't like was the way it ended. I kind of wish it would have lasted a little bit longer. I don't know if I know this is based on a book. I don't know if there's any sequels to it. I don't really know that there's much else they could have done with this story, but I do kind of wish it wouldn't have ended up the way it did it. But at the same time, it was a realistic ending. Like it kind of had a somber ending to it. If you see the movie, you'll know what I mean. But it kind of just, it's one of those movies that it's not going to be one you're going to want to rewatch very often. But it is a pretty good movie, so I'd say I'd give The Fallout a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Had some really great performances, and it's a really good movie. It's one of those that I had seen little clips of it in trailers and stuff, and I thought it looked like it'd be kind of interesting, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. But it is a pretty good thought-provoking drama and everything. It's just a really good movie. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of The Fallout, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.